Boop, boop. Okay, let's start off like this, right? Yeah, usually. Wheeler's Saturday Night Live streamer. So we got, oh man, it's coming in. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it crappens. You know, you think, oh man, this bathroom's clear. Then you go in there, you realize somebody just took a shit. And it stinks like ass. Yeah, sometimes it happens that way. It smells like butthole. Yeah, see the Diet Coke and the peppermint schnapps, they kind of the Diet Coke and the peppermint schnapps, they kind of cancel each other out because one's bitter and diet and the other's sweet. So it kind of balances out. This Sprite with the peppermint schnapps though, yeah, it kind of raises the level of the sweetness. How sweet it is, yeah. In 7th grade, we had to do this thing called a science fair. I don't know if they do it like that anymore. But if you were in a middle school science class, you had to do the science fair. I think that they might build from scratch, like experiments and stuff. They might still do that. Like have cardboard and the whatever that the trifold board was, and they might actually do it from scratch. They may encourage, you know, or I don't know if they just do it on a computer presentation, but that's kind of boring because there's no like craft, there's no excitement, there's no artistry or anything because yeah. So that was the most fun thing about the science fair was seeing like the volcano, you know, the chemical reaction and the excitement. That was really the exciting part. It wasn't like looking at another fucking screen. You know, it's like interactive. Yeah. So I put my, I had this old as hell science teacher in 7th grade in Pasadena, Texas. Hello. What's my interpretation of what heaven sounds like in guitar? Yeah. That's interesting that you would say that, because after my great grandmother died, my mom's cousin Mike Wheeler, he's a jazz guitarist, and so we're sitting around and he's with his cousin, and we're sitting around in, I guess, is it Granny Inez's old bed in Houston off Lazy Brook Drive? The old house. I always remembered the house of my great grandmother because it always had big bushes, big hedges. I remember it had like really, really nice bush. I always noticed the bush when there's a place with a good bush. But you know, she had really good hedgerows and really good, yeah. It says, welcome to the chat. Please guard your privacy by Google standards. And and then Mike Wheeler, he had his guitar, and then he had his cousin Sid, and they're playing their guitars, and they're kind of, you know, reminiscing about Granny Inez and Inez Wheeler. And I'm sitting on the bed for some reason. I don't know. I'm just I guess I'm just like, oh, look at these guitar dudes. These guys are interesting. You know, like, oh, I don't get to spend that much time with this part of my family that much. Because my grandfather was shot to death when he came back from the army back in the day, so before my mother was born. So yeah, don't really get to connect with that side of the family. Oh, thank you. And then Mike Wheeler said, he says, or maybe it's Sid, he goes, well, where do you think she's at right now? Where do you think Granny Inez is at right now? And then they're like, oh, she must be in guitar heaven or something like that. Or I remember them talking about guitar heaven. No stairway. Yeah, I think it was a while back. Somebody said, how long are you gonna keep this Wayne's World shit up? And I was like, as long as, you know, until I'm dead, I guess. I don't know. We'll keep Wayne's World going until you just can't do it anymore. Yeah. Failure to launch or like Wayne's World is cute for a while, like if you're like 26, you know, but like, yeah, if you get into your 40s and 50s, it goes into Ed Gein, it goes into the psycho territory, unfortunately, I think. So it goes into 40-year-old virgin territory. So that's bad. No, Mike Wheeler didn't get married until he was 50, but you know, he always had a steady job, steady job playing guitar, you know. So he studied at the Berklee College of Music. There's only one mistake a man can make in their lives, and it's not getting a really good training or education when they're young. And, you know, there might be economic reasons for that. There might be personal reasons. There might be, you know, childhood trauma reasons. There might be all kinds of reasons. But the worst mistake a man can make when they're young is to not get into educational employment or training. Because the rest of a man's life kind of flows from that start. So if you screw that part of your life up, you know, you might end up at Taco Bell and flipping those chapalupas. I'm just making up Mexican food now? Yeah. I'll just call them chapalupas. I'm making up my own Mexican recipes. Chapalupas, just shit. Chapadillas, chalupadillas or some shit. Just make up shit. Why not? Yeah. They have those shorts where they interview the old man and they go to the 80-year-old man and they're like, do you have any regrets in your life? And it's like, I don't know if anybody ever watched any of those. It's usually like, oh man, I should have had the balls to ask out that girl, or I should have taken that job, or it's always something financial. It's always something to do with like chicks and shit. Like almost every single time, that's what the old man's regret is. Like, I wish I would have given a shit, you know, a little bit more, just a little bit more, you know. That's it. Tanner. Yeah, I'm trying to charge my phone before all hell breaks loose in Houston, Texas. So it's gonna break loose at least by 9 or so, and then the shit's gonna really get crazy about 10, 11. Like, hopefully not tornadic, but it's gonna get, erratic. Did the rhyme there? It's nice. God bless from Texas. Yeah. Yeah, people are talking about the price of groceries. They're like back in the 1980s and 1990s, $200 would buy you 3 weeks worth of groceries. And now they're saying that $200 won't buy you 3 days of groceries now. Yeah, that's horrible. I have an umbrella, and I thought, well, what if there was a restaurant called Yumbrella? Just thought about that. Yeah, some people wonder what happened to the Panera Breads. And well, first of all, it's like too expensive Panera Breads. Like, oh, look, I'm fancy, usually hoity-toity places, those fancy, trendy, chic places, they don't really survive because they're not cheap. Because they're like, oh, look, you're going to get basil chicken sandwich. Ooh. Oh, that's for rich people. Ooh. And then the people go, oh, shit, this is really expensive. And maybe it's cheaper to make your own grilled chicken sandwich with basil and tomato and stuff at, just from the, grocery store isn't cheap anymore. So, I don't know. Just pick your pain, I guess. Today, we live in the times of pick your pain. Pick your trick. Oh, that sounds like a hoe. No, yeah, it is really like pick your pain when it comes to food prices. Yeah, it's either go to fast food and get ripped off or go to the grocery store and get ripped off. Unless you have your own farm and you can just grow your own shit or something like that. It's like... Okay, wait for it. Panera Bread went down in North Houston. It wasn't connected to the main Panera Bread. The corporate, it was franchise, and this one guy had a huge franchise, massive, going on in Panera Bread in North Houston, Spring, and Conroe, and everything. And even just there's one just like right down the road. And it wasn't just inflation that took the Panera Breads down, and just oh, look, we got the fancy soup and the basil tomato soup and stuff like that. It's like, we got the fancy ciabatta bread and all that. It's not only just, high prices and douchebaggery that took them down. It was, the owner, the franchisee, wasn't paying their rent, wasn't paying their bills, and couldn't afford to pay their employees. So what happened was all the employees at this company's, whoever was the franchise owner, they weren't paying their shit, their rent, their lights. They couldn't afford it. So as with what happens with a lot of people when they can't afford their shit, then they lose everything. And so the Panera Bread employees went to work thinking they were going to have some job security or something like that. And then it said, oh, sorry, it's closed. It's being... The owner has not paid their rent and their lights, and they didn't even have the right... They didn't even have the food, like, for the menu and all that shit. It was just a big... As my dad would say, thunderfuck. We're going to I-45 south traffic, and he looked at my aunt, the police officer, and he's like, Yvonne? He goes, We were in the big heavy traffic. It gets really heavy around I-45 South Gulf Gate going towards Pasadena. And it's basically, I guess, the traffic, not just of the city itself, but also people trying to get their ass to Galveston, getting to the beach so they can have fun and all that. So it's a bungled traffic because everybody's trying to get to the beach. Life's a beach, and then you die. And so then he goes, we get stuck in the traffic, and he goes, Yvonne, we're thunderfucked. I thought it was like the funniest thing I've ever heard. Well, since I was 18 at the time, the way we said, we're thunderfucked. Thunderfucked. Instead of AC/DC, thunderstruck, we're thunderfucked. Yeah. Oh. No, my idea, if they were going to make like a Wayne's World 3, because some older people in professional jobs, maybe they make a lot of money, you know, they might have seen my content. They were like, dude, you can't do this Wayne's World shit forever. I was like, yeah, you can't be 25 forever. That's right. You're right about that. I mean, you got a point. Yeah, but neither will you be fucking 25 forever either. So, knock yourself out. But... before AI, you know, right? What are we drinking? What if someone gets impaled or is drowning? Yeah, I have to admit, one day it was like bad weather, but I drove by the bar and there was an old man, but I was like, I was trying to get to work, you know, and I was like, man, I gotta go make $1, you know, I ain't got time for this shit. I saw an old man. I don't think he was having a heart attack or a stroke. What I thought when I saw an old man in the ditch, his car in the ditch, I thought he got fucked up at the pub and he crashed into the ditch, is what I think would happen. But I was like, fuck it. Like, I don't have time for this shit. You know what I mean? Hey, this is it's Houston, Texas. We got 2.5 million motherfuckers. We got 8 billion motherfuckers in the world. I don't have time for, you know, that kind of shit. I mean, if the guy was in the ditch drowning and he was having a medical emergency, I probably would have pulled over. You know what I mean? But I was kind of like, what? Oh, the pub is right there. I was like, he probably got fucked up and just crashed into the ditch. I'm out, you know, so I was like, I'm outie. I'm out of here. I hope he was okay. He wasn't like, it was just his car was in the ditch, you know, and I thought, oh, there's the Irish pub and there's the ditch. So I'm like, well, you know, quickly I was putting the puzzle pieces together, the sequence of events. Old man was like, I'm an old man. I'm getting wasted at the Irish pub, and then here I am in the ditch. Yo, TY11. Oh yeah, TY11. That's what's up. Yeah. Yeah, I'm at 4,999 subscribers. Pretty much, yeah. When it hits the 5,000, oh yeah. Then we'll have to get some, we'll have to rob a bank and then we'll go buy some those expensive groceries. And I'll go buy a whole thing of OJ and have the OJ, oh yay. It'll be like the 5,005 OJ, oh yay. Yeah, chat chilling. That's what's up. Chilling like a villain, chilling like a villain. Yeah, I think it's Bob Dylan. Speaking of chilling, yeah, I think Robert Zimmerman. I think what happened was his legend kind of overshadowed his music. Yeah, I think that's what happened. It's like the legend of Bob Dylan. I think it overshadowed his music because people they were just like, oh man, he's the ultimate troubadour and folk singer ever, and that reputation kind of I think it kind of prevents people from listening to his music, really, listening to his albums, because if you just listen to his songs, you're like, wow, but if you get caught up into the legend, then a lot of times the legend is bigger than the actual what was happening. So I'm not saying he's not a legendary artist. I'm just saying that the hype, I think, got in the way a lot of times of Bob Dylan. Yeah, I can't say I listened to every Bob Dylan song. I can't even say that he was a great singer. Definitely can't say that. But he definitely wrote some very amazing songs, without a doubt. Some very thought-provoking, amazing songs, for sure. Without a doubt. Yeah, I'll, if someone's drowning or impaled, yeah, I'll help them out. But if if I catch wind, it's just somebody getting fucked up at Cheers bar, then maybe I'm not so quick to, you know what I mean? Yeah, it depends on how bad they're in trouble. So if it's like, an old man's in the ditch and he's really foobarred, and if the shit's really hitting the fan, then you gotta be the hero. But if it's like, looks like the guy just is having a bad day or something, he's just getting trashed at the gin joint, crash into I'll let the cops or somebody else deal with that, or the tow truck driver or something. So yeah. But if there's somebody truly impaled or drowning, yeah, I'll help them out. I'm not a sociopath, psychopath, or anything. So. Yeah. It's just that particular day I was in a hurry. I looked over, I kind of assessed the situation. It was like, okay, old man in the ditch, Irish pub right here. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to put two of these things together, and then I can continue to go to work, and he's not drowning or anything, and his car is not on fire. It's like he's just probably got shipwrecked at the fucking Irish. Yeah, I think those Japanese girls are really cute. I know there was some rapes that happened by Westerners in Japan. Just some bad apples got in there sometimes. Yeah, I think that's a big temptation. You're over in Japan, and there's all these like really cute looking babes over there, all those Asian hotties, all those stunner girls, and yeah, it's probably got to keep the sausage in your wrapper. I mean, that's got to be you got to be pretty disciplined, but. Here by Pink Floyd. Wish You Were Here album. Yeah. I don't know if I'm not as accomplished as David Gilmour, but I could Gilmour into it. That wasn't quite the same as Get Into It. Yeah, some Wish You Were Here. But first we're going to play a song called Wish, and I wish you were beer. Because we're just too lost. And I wish you were beer. We're going to play one song called I Wish You Were Beer first, and then we'll play I Wish You Were Here. So... You like how I organized everything? Huh? Oh, yeah, so far. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to wait till the shit hits the fan at 10. I'm gonna go see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Alright, I'm going to head out a little bit before that. Yeah. The Fizzler. That Sprite right there. Alright, then we'll do I Wish You Were Here. What the? Gotta like kind of hurry up to get the beer before the big storms come in. But wish you were here. Wish you were beer. Nah. Guitar chords. Damn. I can't play all the tab. I'm just not that talented. So, but I can. Yeah. Show me what the chords are. Ooh. How I wish you were beer. Sing a song about farts. Oh, okay. Song about farts. Let's do this. There's a lot of requests. Okay. Sing Wish You Were Here. Sing a song about farts. Well, we'll try to get her done, as they used to say in the ancient days, at the beginning days of the 21st century. Get her done. You know it. All right. Fart stinks like ass. Farts smells like shit. Smells like anus. There it is. I don't know if that was adequate for your musical taste. Fart smells like shithole. Okay, what do we got? Auto scroll? Oh, they put the tab, but I can't read it, so. Oh. I know what the chord shapes are though, but. Oh, is this right? I wish you were beer. Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. All right. Learned some chords from the Pink Floyd today. That was a little bit harder to do, huh? So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail? Smile from a veil. Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts? Hot ashes from trees, hot air for the cool breeze, cold comfort for change. And did you exchange a walk-on part in the war for a lead role in a cage? The E minor 7. A7 sustained 4th. How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. What have we found? Same old fears. Wish you were here. Marjorie Taylor Greene? Marjorie Taylor Greene. Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene is a hot blonde MILF, nice tits, like some country pussy. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. Like some redneck pussy, yeah. That's a song about Marjorie, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Or is that country corn-fed pussy? You're like in the Hannibal movie or something with the late great Ray Liotta. There's something about those country girls, you know what I mean? Country, you know what I mean? It's like those country blonde girls, yeah. Especially that kind of shit. What is that? Tennessee shit? That shit. Ooh. I mean, Texas country girls are hot, but once you get into the Appalachia, that shit really starts to turn up. You know what I mean? Whoo, man. Let's be honest, boys. She's got the goods. You know what I mean? Marjorie Taylor Greene. Dexter Morgan likes to harvest organs, likes to kill people in his clean room. Uma Thurman has some great tits. Dinklage is a midget. So you rhyme tits with midget. That's really the genius part. Dexter Morgan wants to be a good dad for his son. And he wants to be cool with black people too. He wants that Ace Frehley New York groove. He's back in the New York groove. Oh, what are the chords for that song? He's back in the New York groove, back in the New York. Actually, Ace Frehley didn't write that. That was it was a 1970 band. It was called. What was that shit called? Fresh or some shit. It was some old school shit. It was the days where you had a one name band. You know, you were the Beatles, you were I guess Rolling Stones, that's compound. But, you know, a lot of the 1970s band, it's like Queen, it's like Cream, it's like Scene, it's like Vibe, it's called like one word. You know, yeah, I mean they had bands with multiple words, but you got like Sweet. Kind of getting the picture of the bands of the 1970s. You know, it's like Kiss. It's one word. Rush. Genesis. Rush, and then Genesis. What else, man? Like, that's just one word. Cream, Rush, Fresh, Sweet. There's probably a whole list of them that are just like one word. Yeah, not excluding Deep Purple and Fleetwood Mac, obviously, but and Black Sabbath and Jethro Tull, but. Dexter Morgan likes to kill serial killers. Yeah, I watched Dexter Resurrection. What did I think about it? To me, it's not as good as it's not as good as Hannibal. To me, it's like, okay, the whole gimmick of the Dexter show was a serial killer who kills serial killers. Basically. Or a guy who hunts serial killers. But he's a serial killer because he keeps on killing other people. And I guess that's supposed to make him morally virtuous. It's the old argument. If you kill somebody, if they're a killer, does that make you an evil person? Yeah, it's like... Is there spiritual responsibility? Yeah. Deep. Is there karmatic and spiritual responsibility? Like, so if you kill a killer, does that make you bad? Or does that make you virtuous? You know, that's a question as old as time. They always say the executioner, does that person, is he hurt in the spiritual realm? Or is he, doing the world a favor? And so, yeah, that's always been the question, one of the deep moral and ethical questions. That surrounds capital punishment as well. And so, my take on it is that if there's an executioner and someone's on death row and they committed a heinous crime against people, against the public, and had a lot of victims or something, and the guy pulls the switch on the electric chair or he shoots the gun in the firing line, I think it's just, if the Charlie Kirk murderer, if he's put on the firing squad and those guys blow him away, I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I don't think there's anything, I don't really think they have a spiritual consequence, even though it says in the Bible, thou shalt not kill. But when you got Adolf Hitler and he wants to enslave you or something, you got the Chinese Communist Party and they want to enslave the world, and you got to fight for freedom. You got to kill people. It's just how it is. You can't live in a world where you have different governments like the Axis powers, the Nazi Germany or the Chinese Communist Party trying to enslave humanity. They can't be allowed to get away with that without consequences. So it's just how it is. To preserve freedom and liberty for all people, then that means bad guys have to die. And that's hasn't changed, and it's not likely to change in the near future. Okay, your girlfriend of 5 years recently left me and became a feminist. Can I sing a song in your honor? Yeah, certainly thing. Oxalela, Leah, Roxal. Sorry, the pronunciation. Bitch became a feminist. No, wait. Bitch became a feminist. Started to defend transsexualism and vote for Democrats. Voted for Obama and Hillary and Biden too. Feminist bitch. There ain't no babies if you don't have a dick. Bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck. Fucking bitch. Or something like that. Get in the kitchen, start making sandwiches, make some babies, make yourself useful, please. Sing a song about Hamburger Helper. People fucking broke. People losing their house. People fucking broke. But they remembered to save money. They started eating hamburger helper. Ooh, macaroni and beef. Oh yeah, they remembered the helper to save money. With the sour cream, ooh. Get some more Benjamins on their team. They need some hamburger helper like the 1970s. Ooh, so they could save some money for the family. Song about hamburger helper. All right, we need to get that beer. Yeah, the feminists. It's a liberalism. Yeah, when I hung around liberals, that's what the lady of the law was talking about, you know. I'm a feminist. I'm a strong, independent woman. Does she have kids right now, though? Yeah, she passed all the Harvard law and all the Georgetown law. Does she actually pick up her own babies, though? She might. She was pretty hot. But how many of these ladies miss their ovular peak and they have no children at all? And they're just these cat ladies with all these degrees, and they might have good lawyer jobs or good law jobs, but they never get to do the greatness. They never get to enjoy what it's like to reproduce the human race and grow a human being inside their body. You know, they never get to experience that. So the guy doesn't get to experience having his children with her, and then she doesn't get to experience, because she's so much of a liberal feminist, she just becomes the crazy cat lady who votes for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris or whatever. And it's just like, you know, that's sad. But it's like, nah, I don't believe in liberalism or feminism. I think it's, you know, bullocks. You know, I'm not saying that women shouldn't have agency. I'm not saying they should be like in Muslim, in the Islamic religion, where they're delegated to just basically, you know, having no rights or anything like that. But I'm saying, like, they also cannot skip out on their duty to themselves and society. What's up? Sexity. YSO. So, on the other hand, oh, just duding. It's about to get crazy. Yeah. I guess the problem for Dexter Morgan, you know, or maybe even me a little bit, and I've thought about this pretty deeply. When I watch Dexter, I'm like, well, that's kind of like me. Like, I try to care about people, but I can't, because, like, I just don't feel like I have a heart anymore. Like, I just don't feel like I used to have one, but increasingly I feel like I'm losing my humanity, and I just don't. I'm not in touch with that person anymore. Like, I'm not like I'm killing people or becoming a serial killer, but I feel like I'm just not. You know what I mean? I'm not feeling humanity anymore. Like I'm not feeling the human race. Like I'm not in touch with that necessarily. Like I don't feel my heart. You know, I mean beyond the, blood pressure. You know, like I don't feel the spirit of my heart anymore. Like it feels like it's under attack. You know, and so in a lot of ways, yeah. I mean, the most scary part is if you realize you don't feel love inside yourself, and that's like a scary kind of hell. You know, I mean, there's probably reasons for the way I feel, but that's also kind of disturbing to think about. I mean, if you have to deal with that. Yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna go get a beer. Oh yeah. I was thinking about the three-legged dog or something. Yeah. Okay, so we're going. All right, we're gonna drain the wizard right now. Yeah. Yeah, we cruising. Okay. Gotta get some money to buy a beer though. As it turns out. Alright, we gotta make sure the weather isn't all fucked up. It's gonna be fucking crazy tonight. Alright, I'm going to get the beer. Alright, love you. I hope it's not, but I'm gonna hurry up before it busts loose. Alright, I love you too. I love you, Tula. You're like a little too lady. Too lovely. I'll be back, Tula. Don't worry. All right. I'll be back. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was right in the first place. All right. Yeah. All right. Near.